My name is Amber Reid, R-E-I-D, birthday 12/27/90. I'm turning 32, but like I'm almost positive my like mental age, like my brain is stuck at 17. I'm actually starving, so okay, yes, I troll. Whatever, Trollin has entered the chat. I'm totally fine with a clickbait title because you guys know I love me a clickbait title. You're not paying attention to your health, you don't care about your health, you don't care about your body, you want to die, you could have ate healthy, you chose not to, do you really need to go on vacation, you need to buy health insurance instead. I just don't want to hear it.
No one cares!
Hey guys, Grüße aus Deutschland, greetings from Germany. I'm glad that Destiny's mixing things up a little in the Amberverse, because just listening to Amber's nonsensical ramblings in her TED Talk voice for months on end now, as if anyone could still take her seriously, is just not interesting. It's mind-numbing. And spoiler alert, this is editing me. Amber just uploaded her latest video. Wow, you won't believe this. Opening 27 packages. Look at that thumbnail alone. She looks obsessed. Now her eyes even reflect that. And so I'm not going to react to that. I'm gonna sit this one out. We all know that for the most part, for the past few years, Pookie's been faking being on a weight loss journey while monetizing her overeating and weight gain and her increasingly inactive lifestyle. I always did say that I feel that Amber has it coming her way. It might not be physical, but you know, like physical ailments or health problems, but something's coming to shake her world, because the universe will not let you continue like this, being so mean and dishonest and a glutton and lazy and just throwing everybody under the bus for long without doing anything. And so maybe Destiny's wish to clear up things is it. Who knows? I mean, perfect timing after Amber still not losing any weight while holding lectures about weight loss surgery, healthy living and therapy, and then the cake gate came and the French exchange student exposed Amber as the nut job that she is, YP Suck account being exposed, and all kinds of other things, and Amber continuously outing herself, probably not on purpose though, as the person that is with a polyamorous person that does not want to be associated with her in public. And so Amber's world keeps crumbling, and I can't say she hasn't deserved it, because she has. She had it coming her way, and it seems like every decision that she makes now, every statement she makes, is just ridiculous. And it's not because I think so, but because she keeps digging the hole deeper and deeper. I did see what Amber said on Instagram in response to Destiny's videos, and now she's cussing, she's being mean, you know, she's overreacting, and I don't get it, because we've been hearing Amber's version this entire time, right? About all of them. And so here comes Destiny finally speaking out. I mean, 6 years later. To me, you know, it's cold tea, but it is tea, right? So why is she acting so offended? Because she's been a liar this entire time, and she's been trying to tell her audience that she is not, even though there's evidence on her channel about just being a notorious liar, even about things that don't get her any advantage. It's just lying for the sake of lying. And then the duping delight, of course, the awareness that she's pulling a fast one on the audience. And it keeps biting her in the ass, and she continues to do it. And so it's time for her to go. It's time for her to go down in flames, because she's been lying for long enough. And as for the reason why Destiny is doing this, I've been thinking about it. maybe she's just tired of having Amber monetize all this content with her in it, and then Amber turning around and throwing it into people's faces that she has been paying for them going out, or she's been helping out financially, or buying the flat screen that then later on she wanted back, and paying for cars. She damaged the cars, and also she only made the money based on the people that were in her life, because her standing alone is a horrible human being that nobody can relate to, or hardly anybody. I mean, the ones that can relate to her, God help them, right? um, and so she grew her channel based on not just her weight gain and how her physical measurements increased, but also based on the characters that were in her life at the time. She should have paid them. And I'm talking about Becky, not so much Crystal, but I'm talking about Becky and Destiny. They should have gotten paid well. That lard ass is sitting on her pillow mountain in 2019, with Becky barely having any money to her name, and she's making over 10,000 a month, and she throws it in Becky's face that she is paying for this and paying for that, and we heard about it in the videos. That is just disgusting. And so I am glad that Destiny is doing this. I mean, I didn't see it coming. I still don't know the reason for it. Again, I think maybe she's just tired of Amber having her version and her side of things out here on the internet, and she wants to clear some things up, right? And I did listen to Destiny's Tea spanning July 2016 through December 2016, which is her latest video, on my way home from work yesterday. And here's what hit me as I was listening to it. Amber's reputation is already completely ruined. She has nothing to lose because, let's be real, most of us already guessed what was going on behind the scenes. And so it's not really news concerning Amber. And Amber's reputation is completely shot. Her credibility is shot. And Destiny, on the other hand, has a reputation to lose because she still works in the real world and lives her life in the real world, and employers do check online presences prior to employment. And since Destiny isn't a person either that lives in a state for a significant amount of time. She keeps hopping all over the United States map, and has different jobs and different banks, and no consistency in her life. And so Destiny's taking the risk here, airing out all this dirty laundry. Amber is not. Amber is detached from the real world, and her reputation is shot. So, However, the part that I really got a kick out of is that Amber cannot even contact Destiny now behind the curtain, because as soon as she did, Destiny could post brand new receipts, And so all Amber gets to do, just like Destiny did for the past 6 years, all Amber gets to do is sit back and let this happen, because there's no way of stopping it. And by making the remarks or statements on Instagram like she has been, she's only making things worse, because we all know she's a notorious liar. She can't tell the truth to save her soul, lies about stuff she doesn't have to, and so now it's Destiny's time. And so with all the backmouthing Amber has done over the years, dragging 3 of her 4 exes through the mud in public, there's absolutely nothing she can do now to stop this from happening. And guys, I want to see Becky come out and cover her time span with Amber, because Amber has completely deserved that. And I would not hold back if I was them, or if I was Becky, because it is soothing for the soul. I mean, you can just move on from these toxic people, that is correct. But sometimes, and it depends on what kind of personality you all have, and I'm talking to Destiny and Becky now, sometimes it's therapeutic to get things off your chest on the same platform where the damage was broadcast. And I'm not saying it's gonna, heal you in any kind of way, but it might contribute to healing. Because maybe this is a time to speak out against Amber, because nobody asked her to come onto the YouTube platform. She did that. She started off as a weight loss channel, and then she decided, ooh, I like eating more than I like being on a diet and losing weight and saving my life. And so she found all kinds of ways to clickbait the audience and monetize her gluttony. And that was her decision. Nobody asked her to do it. Nobody held a gun to her head. And so she decided that path for herself. And now it's the girlies' time, Good on Destiny for deciding to come out and talk about these things. And in this video, I actually found clips that were more interesting to me, because they confirmed what I was thinking when I was watching these videos, because I get a vibe. I don't know if you guys can relate, but I get a vibe from people. I read their energies, and it's the same at work, it's the same out here in city life, and I also get it through the internet. So when somebody's lying, I have all kinds of alarm bells going off. And what fascinated me about Amber in a negative way is the fact that she seems to be lying nonstop. Almost everything she says is fake. It gives off a fake energy, and sometimes I feel that she's telling the truth, but it's not often. And I haven't been wrong since, and I still maintain that she's close to 600 pounds now. I said this in 2018 and 2019, and insider sources say that she made it well past the 600 pound mark, but it's just a number, so it's not really a big deal. But yeah, so let's see what clips I chose from Destiny's second video. The title is called Spilling the Truths of 2016, Part 2. This one's about 50 minutes long too, but I condensed it down, as you are able to tell simply by clicking on my video. And the thumbnails, oh my gosh, Destiny, you're really going all out, huh? And I also sped her up a little compared to the last video, because that was just too slow. So let me know if the speed is all right for you.
I also noticed that she tried to film me in the shower a lot. Not like really.
Amber filmed her in the shower a lot. That is part of the content that got her the subscribers. Like, ooh, what am I going to see next? Am I going to see Destiny's butt crack or whatever, or what off-color thing is Destiny gonna say? So Amber banked, made bank based on Destiny being in her videos, and I don't think that Destiny got a whole lot back for that,
Really showing too much of me, but still kind of showing me. Most of the time when she would be in there, it was because I have really bad acne, clearly, my face. It's on my back, though.
Yeah, Destiny, you're oversharing a little in your videos, but hey, more power to you. But yeah, I can't get over that she showed her half naked at times, just to monetize it. She could have cut it out, and she didn't. I remember a clip when Destiny was sitting on the toilet. I mean, why film something like that? And even if you do, keep it in your private archives. Don't post it on the freaking internet,
TMI, but whatever. And I would have her scrub it for me, because I try to keep it calmed down. Then she shows how I start using a TV for a screen for my laptop, because my laptop was broke. My laptop got broke because me and her were literally arguing over me playing Sims and not doing something. I couldn't even tell you what it was, but when I went to get up, I was mad and I just dropped it and broke it. I didn't throw it down.
And see, this is it. Every statement that Destiny makes gives us more insight into Amber's personality that we already knew is bad. So Destiny's not gonna start an argument sitting there playing The Sims, right? And Amber is the lazy one that continues to gain weight and feels more and more pain with everything that she has to do with her body, because her body just wants to lay down and not do anything. And so it was Amber that started the argument. It's logical that Amber started the argument. She wanted for Destiny to do something, but Destiny was playing The Sims, and so she started the argument. And so why? Where does she and did she get all this energy to be so hateful, so provocative, so on a verbal collision course with everybody around her? Why is that? Because she's so beautiful, because she's so physically attractive, or because she has such a great personality that everybody just needs to cater to her? It does not want to register with me. Where does she get the self-confidence to constantly think that she can fix the world in other people's lives? Now, if she lived on her own, which I think she does now, YP is a paid caretaker and only comes over here and there, and Amber can't afford to ever come over much anymore, you know. And so Amber needs to live by herself and not have any contact with anybody. That is the best thing. And overall, she should not be on the internet, because putting out that bad of an energy, like letting people know, hey, there's a person out there that is that mean-spirited, that egotistical, that selfish, that entitled, that dishonest, and that, you know, just lying to people just so that they can overeat is ridiculous. You know, I don't know.
But I dropped it, trying to like walk away from the situation. And then I also noticed that she showed my butt crack a lot.
Yeah, so butt crack, Destiny halfway naked. Why did Amber feel that she has the right to do that? And the videos are still up. I know that there are people running around in the comment section saying that it seems like Amber's videos on Amber's channel from 2018 back are gone, and they are not. They're still there. I checked. I just didn't click on any, because that would have given her a view.
I don't know why it is, but I have a long butt crack. I try to keep it maintained, but sometimes it's out, and I try my best to keep it covered up, but you know, it happens.
Yeah, of course it does. And that is just, you know, real life. That kind of stuff happens. But the fact that a 600-pounder is stalking you and constantly filming you and leaving these clips in their vlogs and uploading them on the internet, that is what's wrong.
She didn't have no reason to be posting my butt crack on YouTube.
Exactly. I absolutely agree with that.
Amber Lynn mentions the seatbelt thing again in one of these videos around this.
Yeah, so we knew it. We knew it. She was gaining weight, and that's why she couldn't fit into a regular seatbelt anymore. But instead of saying, gosh darn it, guys, I've gained so much weight I can't fit the seatbelt around me anymore, she has to blame it on the broken seatbelt in a car. Zero responsibility, zero accountability, zero honesty.
Time when I'm getting gas, she said something about it still being broke. And then I feel like that's a lot of her problems. You know, like my mom tells her this at one point. She's like, you focus too much on the past. You blame the past for everything that's happening to you now.
Yeah, exactly, and she still does that. And there has to come a point in time where you are tired of playing the victim role, you know, always holding up the victim card, and finally taking care of yourself and your life and moving on, and not talking about things that happened to you as a child. Now, again, I'm not trying to take away from that. I wished we lived in a society where I don't have to point this out. I'm merely speaking about Amber now. Somebody that's been this mean because she's this bitter about her life should not be constantly referring to her past anymore. She also announces, oh, I'm going to talk about this and I'm going to talk about that when I'm ready, and it's almost always about the past. Why is she stuck in the past? Talk about the future, talk about your goals, talk about the present time, and say, what am I working on now in order to improve my life in the future? But always past, victim. And everybody treating her wrong, even though the more people come out, the more it turns out she was being the bitch.
And you're not moving on from it. And I feel like that's still a big part of what's going on with her now. Like, she's still focused on what all has happened in the past, and she's not moving forward.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point she still hasn't gotten yet.
At this point as well, she started to reach 13,000 subscribers.
Mm-hmm. 13,000. So she didn't make a significant amount of money. I can't remember. I think she was around 80,000 subscribers when her channel was incessantly suggested to me or recommended to me in November 2018.
And you see me rubbing her feet at this point, and that's because her feet were really like rough. Because all she would barely ever wore socks, and she would wear her flats, and it would just dry her feet out. And I was doing this Mary Kay thing on her feet. My mom sold Mary Kay for a long time.
Yeah, I remember that video clip where, but guys, I just don't have the time to keep digging these up and put them in the video. But you probably all remember when she was talking about how baby smooth her feet were and how she fell twice within 24 hours because her feet were so slippery. Yeah, they were probably sweaty, and Destiny says here that they were kind of rough. Imagine all that weight pressing down on the soles of your feet. The soles of your feet are it. That is what's carrying all that weight. And then you have flats on. Unbelievable. I can't believe she doesn't have any, she's not wearing any sneakers, which she should be, and with socks because she has athlete's foot on top of that, and I doubt she ever got rid of it. And yeah, it's just gross.
So, we were starting to get really excited about our job. It was contracted with the government.
It was contracted with the government. It was not a government job, so she lied about that too. A government contractor is a totally different thing. Totally different.
It started at like, I think 15.25 or something like that an hour. And it was really just data entry, but it was for the VA. We literally just were on a computer all day naming documents for the VA.
Okay, for the VA, but for a contractor. The employer was a contractor and not the government.
And it was a really nice job. I mean, it was freaking easy, but everyone that worked there for long enough, they worked you to death, was what it was. And as easy as the job was, you were just working constantly, day in and day out. And I feel like that's why so many people ended up getting fired from there or quitting. When I said that they got into spats a lot before, I'm meaning like it could have been just anything. It was just little stuff a lot of the time. Or, I don't know. It was just random stuff. I can't really pinpoint a lot of what it was, but it would be something small, and between my mom being argumentative and Amberlynn being argumentative, it would become a thing.
Yeah, I still don't get that whole point how Amberlynn, who is clearly a mooch and has been a mooch since she's made her first appearance on the internet in 2013, I don't know why she's argumentative with people that find it in their hearts to let her move in. I would kick her out the same day she's mouths off to me.
But I want to say like a week or two into training at our job, so we weren't like working our actual hours that we'd be working. I think we were working like 3 to 11. I think it was like the second week, honestly. We were sitting at the kitchen table getting ready to leave for work, like packing my lunch, whatever, just sitting at the kitchen table talking. And I think I asked Amberlynn how she likes the job so far and how easy it is and all that. And she starts saying that she likes it, that it is easy, but she wanted to focus more on YouTube. And she was like, if
YouTube, of course she wants to focus on YouTube because she wanted to sit her fat butt on the couch and just flap into the camera and just tell lies because that's gonna get her the views. And now years later she's wondering why her credibility is shot all to hell.
By the time training's over, I decide I don't want to do it. I just won't start the actual job. And I don't know what came over my mom after this, but my mom came in there and started just saying, like, she said something along the lines of, you don't need to stay at home all day in YouTube. It's not going to be good for you trying to lose weight. And I guess Amberlynn got offended about, weight loss and all that. It's a never-ending thing.
Okay, but I get why maybe Amber could have felt offended with the huge ego that she has, so nobody dares to say anything about her weight or about her losing weight. Because she ignores the fact that she needs to lose weight, and so why should other people have the right to bring it up? But what Amber completely ignored in her existence as a mooch is that maybe the woman wanted her out of the house because with the way she did not take a shower, maybe she smelled. Also, and I don't know why nobody has brought that up yet. if you watch the videos in 2019 when she was living with Eric and Ricky and Becky, in that house, when she walked through the house, you could hear the floorboards make sounds under her feet, or when she was walking in place, and also the chairs were making sounds under her weight. And so when you have somebody like her in your house, you're basically damaging your house, because she will make the floorboards crack and eventually break, you know. And so there are all kinds of reasons where I could see that Destiny's mom wanted her out of the house. She didn't want her in the house all day long. Who would want somebody like that and smelling like that, in their house?
With her on that, and Amberlynn started saying that she likes the job, but she likes YouTube better. And then she was debating
Of course, she likes YouTube better because it doesn't take any effort.
on stopping, and
I mean, it does, guys. Of course, it does take effort. I mean, just editing this video alone to where I can react to it now took me over an hour. It's a lot of clicking. It takes you a lot of time. You have to listen to her voice. Now I'm listening to it again. You know what I'm saying? It takes effort, but Amber does not put effort into her videos at all.
I don't know. Her and my mom started arguing back and forth, and my mom ended up getting physical with Amberlynn. That's where the K-cup holder comes back. I think they're kind of slapping around at each other, and my mom, that K-cup holder was sitting on the stairs for us to take upstairs or whatever. My mom came back with it and hit her over the head with it. It was very traumatizing for me, honestly. It was.
Yeah, and then Destiny talks about how she was sitting under the table screaming, and she wouldn't let Amber or Destiny's mom touch her because she had an anxiety episode. I totally get that, but I'm not here to to actually react to Destiny's vlog. I'm just picking out the clips that are interesting in terms of what Amber has lied about.
I was freaking out. Then we get the big TV for the living room, the 55-inch, nice big TV. Amberlynn says literally in this video that she gets it for me.
Yeah, she did.
And when we broke up, I wanted to, and when we were moving out of the lease went up in the apartment, and I was moving in with Dana, and she was going to live with Becky, I wanted that TV because she said it was for me. And she tried to say that it was her TV and that she was keeping it. I was not going to get it.
Because that is the kind of person she is, and it keeps shining through. She's just egotistical, and she only gives conditional gifts. And all these years that we said that she's buying people by throwing money at them, and that's why they come around, it's true. What does it take for Hannah and Raven, all of them, to say, oh, Amber is nice to be around? She smells, she lies for a living, and doesn't feel bad about it. In 9 years, she hasn't had an awake enough moment to say, maybe I should be lying for a living. Maybe that's wrong, But I gotta overeat, and so her hunger is apparently stronger than her will to be a good person.
And, I wasn't trying to make a big thing out of it. I didn't really care, but it was the fact that she said it was for me, and then turned around and said it wasn't.
Yeah, conditional gifts and just being mean and being selfish. That's her.
So I ended up just keeping the TV that we got for our room. October, Amberlynn starts talking about buying me a new car. I liked my car at the time. I didn't really see a reason to get a new one, but we had talked about it because, it was a little car. It would have been nice to have a bigger car.
Destiny's being kind of nonchalant about it here, but looking at Amber, even at that time, how much she weighed, of course she should buy her a car. Of course she should buy her a car. She damages cars.
And a lot of the issues, this is going to sound really bad, a lot of the issues I had with the car was driving Amberlynn everywhere. She was bigger, that car was so small, and just, I don't know.
And not just she's about to say that the shocks on Amber's side were damaged, but the seat. Imagine how she drops into a car. We've seen it several times in her vlogs. How she drops into a car. She does not have the muscle strength in her legs to carefully sit in a car. And there was a time when we saw her actually sit down, and we saw how the car dropped. And of course, if you do that several times a week, that's going to damage the car, because cars are not made for that kind of weight. And again, this is not fat shaming. This is a fact. It is physics.
When my stepdad looked over my car, you know, he said one of the shock on the side that she sat on was so worn down and I needed a new one, and the one on my side was fine.
Of course it was, and she didn't even weigh as much as she did later on with Becky. And then they had stuff stuck under the car, and Amber wouldn't even get out of the car. They pulled over, I think, on the side of a highway. I can't remember. But Amber was vlogging as she was sitting in the car, saying that Becky is trying to get something out from under the car that is stuck under the car while Amber is sitting in the car. Amber has absolutely no awareness of how much a car sinks when she sits in it. She should have at least gotten out. I mean, you can't expect her with her physical measurements to crawl on her knees and try to get something out from under a car. But sitting in the car vlogging while Becky is trying to get it out, that was insane. That is the level of cold-bloodedness Amber's been displaying on her channel.
So he said clearly it's the weight shifting in the car, and I had to get new tires, which the tires weren't her fault. I needed new tires anyway. Like,
the tires are damaged too, I can assure you that.
The 20-piece McNugget thing, she came back in a video and said that she had not eaten, or I came back and said she didn't eat a 20-piece nugget. She had me say that. She did eat a 20-piece nugget.
Of course she did. Why else would Destiny say it? Destiny said it out of the spur of the moment, reacting to Amber saying, why do you have the golden arches in your hand or whatever, because she had a drink or some beverage in her hand, and Destiny just fired back. There was no time to come up with a lie. She just said what had just happened, and that was Amber ingesting a 20-piece chicken McNuggets.
She really did.
I believe it.
This is also around the time she starts to talk about wanting to quit the job because she wants to pursue more YouTube. And they were also, like, we started out in this one building for work, and they were building us a new building, like redoing the inside of one for us to be at, and it was bigger and nicer. And it was getting close to being time to move to the new building, and I don't know, she was really nervous about the new building for some reason, and
she's always nervous about something. She has no idea what real life is like.
I was really tired of her complaining about everything with the job, and she was trying to call out a lot.
I bet.
Amberlynn got super emotional about comments and hate on her YouTube, and I told her.
And why is that? When you have, it's not like prior to that, like the Facebook statuses or the Tumblr statuses that she posted indicated that people didn't like her back then, in 2011 and up. And so it's not really like it was a big surprise that people didn't like her. So she goes on the internet and wonders, wait a minute, so in real life, or maybe that's what she should have, thought to herself, maybe there's something wrong with me, because in real life people don't like me, and now online, what is going on? What is so unlikable about me? And then she could have started self-reflection, but no, it's always everybody else's fault, and people out here are haters. I remember this one clip, it must have been like 2013, 14, 16 maybe, in that time frame, 2013 to 2016, when she said, if you don't like my videos, don't watch them. If you make your living clickbaiting and monetizing the measurements of your body, and then start with mukbangs and stuff, you expose yourself to the public opinion. And you can't just say, oh, don't watch my videos then. You gotta live with the critical thinking of the audience if you're being that provocative. And you are, with the persona that you have.
Her not to read it if it was going to bother her or let it get to her. She kept turning the comments off on her videos.
Yeah, and then she probably realized that she's not making as much money when she does.
I said, I know it's better said than done to not read it and not let it get to you, but if you wanted this to be your career, you need to find a way to get over it, basically.
Now, her saying that to career, the term YouTube career exists. There are people that actually have a career on YouTube or working for YouTube, but not somebody like Amber. It is neither a job nor a career. It is an income based on the fact that she counts on shock value, on people clicking on her thumbnails because she shows her whole body again, because she's been stuffing her face for years while pretending to be on a weight loss journey, and that is not a career. and she hasn't improved anything. What do both of them think a career is? You just do the same thing over and over again. You lie, you lie, you lie. You don't learn anything about video editing. You don't improve the quality of your videos. But all of a sudden you get to call it a career? Absolutely not.
Then I think either my mom or my mammy called me about going over there because my mammy was going to my mom's and she was like, hey, we're going to cook. You guys should come over. And I was like, heck yeah. You know, like I was ready to go. I hadn't seen my mom in a little while. I was ready to go over there and eat some good dinner and what have you. Well, Amberlynn didn't want to go. And I said, that's fine. You don't have to go. Because, I mean, like I said, all that drama from before with her and my mom, they were just tense. But she didn't want me to go. And I was like, okay.
And why not? Just because she had arguments and actually fights, physical fights with her mom. She doesn't want for Destiny to see her mom. Just because her mom is in prison means that Destiny doesn't get to see her mom either. Nice.
Okay, well, it's been a little while since I've been over there. Just, you know, I'm going to go over there. And she was just like throwing a big just fit. I don't know how else to describe it. She was crying. And I know it was a Code Red Mountain Dew in my hand. She will swear to you that this didn't happen. I've talked to her about it before. She swears it didn't happen. So I don't know.
Of course not.
Why she thinks that, but why would I make this up? I would try to walk out of the house, and I know I have this Code Red Mountain Dew in my hand, and I'm just like, I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna go. So, and because we were already arguing, I was like, I don't want to be around you anyway right now. Like, we were arguing. I wanted to go see my mom. She starts screaming at me from the sliding glass doorway, saying that she's gonna harm herself.
That is absolutely insane. Her threatening to harm herself if Destiny goes sees her mom. Now that is proof for the level of insanity that is going on in Amber's head. I've been saying it since 2018, 2019. She needs inpatient care. She needs to be supervised. People like that shouldn't be running around. Well, she's not running around. She's only in her apartment running her mouth in front of a camera. But, you know, these people need help.
If I leave and, I don't know, just all this stuff, you know, just going nuts. And then I was like,
that is such emotional abuse towards Destiny.
No, you won't. You know, I said, that's not something to play around with. Just let me go see my mom. And she starts, like, coming at me. You know, like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
I would have decked her ass for that.
So I get in my car, and I leave the can on my top of my car, and I close the door real quick, and I lock the door, and she's, like, telling me to get out, all this stuff, and she ends up throwing the can at my car. Made me mad. And I want to say I ended up not going. I don't think I did. I'm, like, 98% sure I did not go to my mom's. I ended up just going back inside and dealing with her.
I wouldn't have done it. I would have taken off.
And then, I don't know if that's the fight that might have caused it, but right after that, we also got into an argument, and that's when she let me open a present, and it turned into opening all those presents.
Yeah, she did come off kind of fake in that video. I'm talking about Amber, trying to pretend that everything is in order, but you could tell that there's some kind of tension going on.
She starts Vlogmas, and I gave her gifts way before Christmas. I also started planning her, she thought it was going to be a Friendsmas. So just like a friends Christmas, getting together, Christmas party. But really, I was planning a surprise party for her. And we were arguing so bad about something. She was trying to say that I was being secretive and that I was keeping stuff from her and all this. And we were arguing and I was like, fine, you want to know what I'm being secretive about? I was planning you a surprise birthday party. And now you know about it. I was going to do it when we have the Friendsmas thing and you weren't going to know. And she was like, oh my God, that's the sweetest thing, you know. And I was...
Of course she did.
Just like, well, you're not going to be surprised now. And she said, don't cancel it. You know, we'll still do it. I'll act surprised. And she shows the party and whatever.
And she did not look surprised. She can't fake worse shit.
Have you?
Alright, that's the end of the video, and I'm gonna cut it off here. This is all I have to say about that. We're at 38 minutes, even though I pretty much cut down Destiny's video. There shouldn't be much more to come, because they broke up in January 2017, on January 13, 2017, and so we'll see how much more tea Destiny has. But I'm gonna cut it off here. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.